Let's play a game called Name That Bible Character, shall we? Now I'm just going to name 6 facts about a certain Bible character, and if you can guess who it is, then you win a special prize. Number 1, the legends say he was born from the lower class or slave class. Number 2, he was known as the most humble man on earth. Number 3, as a baby, he was set in a basket made of reeds which was covered in pitch and placed into a river. Number 4, he was drawn from the water and adopted by the royal family. Number 5, he was blessed by God. Number 6, he had to deal with internal revolts and external battles, but ultimately led his people to victory. Who was that character I'm talking about? Sargon of Akkad. Oh, you thought I was talking about Moses, didn't you? Now, Sargon of Akkad ruled somewhere around 2300 BCE, but he used stories like this of his humble beginnings and rise to power through the goddess Inanna to help bolster his notoriety as a leader. This story about him circulated so well and so frequently through the entire area that they even have inscriptions concerning these exact stories that came out of Nineveh as early as 700 BCE. And just as a reference, the first writings of Moses that we have didn't come until 323 BCE. And guess who did that writing about Moses in the first place? The same group that would eventually become the early core of the first Christian church, the Hellenized Jewish people. Did you know that modern scholarship is so thoroughly convinced now that Moses was a completely mythical character, to the extent that all research on discovering more about Moses has completely ended? Turns out there's not a single shred of evidence that Moses, as a human person, ever actually lived, and this is what most textual scholars have completely accepted now as a fact. Moses was just a myth. The first writings about Moses, who we think came from such ancient times, were only 300-something years before the arrival of Jesus Christ. So even if Moses was a real person that God sent to do the things he did, which everyone knows he wasn't, why is his story a complete ripoff of the Sargon of Akkad story that was like, 1,000 years older than it? Almost 2,000. Because it's all fake. I guess Jesus really was the prophet like Moses after all.